So this is Tom from Western Australia. What I'm trying to do today is to take our beautiful Cutaway model of a Metabo compact grinder. In this case it's a WB11-125 quick, and repower it, because even though this grinder has absolutely beautiful design, and as a demonstration piece, what's great about it is that it runs at 14.4 to 18 volts and allows us to demonstrate the clutch and the brake and all the features of the German-made compact grinders. What it's powered by, because it's probably made about eight or so years ago, is it's powered by our first generation bayonet style batteries. And these batteries here, when we originally came out, they were nickel cadmium. This is a NiCad battery, 14.4 volts. You can see there's 12 NiCad cells in the clear case. That was really nice for demonstrating at the time. And then it was replaced somewhere down the road by a lithium iron phosphate, probably a lithium ion battery. But these are interesting batteries. They have 8 cells instead of 12 to make up 14.4 volts, because the cells are a little higher voltage than the NiCad cells. But even so, no matter what we do with these old batteries or this old charger, we can't get the clutch demonstration, and we can't get enough power into this old unit to really get much time out of it. The other problem is that we're demonstrating a brand new grinder with very old battery, and the whole thing just looks old and ugly. So what we want to do is we want to replace this power supply, and we want to power this with our latest generation of batteries. Our latest generation of batteries is lithium iron phosphate, and that is here. This generation started off at 1.3 ampere hours, and now we're up to 5.2 ampere hours, but they have a completely different mounting system than the old bayonet style. They use a different charger, and what we want to do is we want to run this demo off of this battery. Now, it seems like the simplest way to do that would be to find a shoe for this battery that was like this, and that the reality is there is no such thing, at least not available to us. But we do have a battery powered torch, and this is our ULA 14.4 to 18. It runs off of any of our 14.4 to 18 volt batteries, and the big advantage of it is that it's relatively inexpensive and it can be hacked into. So what we've done is we've hacked one of these grinder demonstration units this way. We took off this original socket, and then we took this lens, drilled a hole in it, reinstated the socket, and so now we are able to run the power from our grinder right into this torch. Now, that was the easy part. The more difficult part is, it turns out this torch is not just 14.8 to 18 volt power. That's the input power. Inside this torch is a printed circuit board, and that printed circuit board is regulating both the voltage of the torch and the current in the torch. So once we hook all of this up, and using the on-off switch that the torch has to offer, we very quickly discover that we can't get enough power out of this torch to power our demonstration unit, and we really actually need to hack the electronic control inside the torch in order to adequately supply 14.4 to 18 volts to our grinder. So what we're going to do here is disassemble and hack our ULA 14.4. There it is. So what you see is that the printed circuit board here has an integrated circuit and is controlling both the voltage and the current regardless of whatever battery is supplied in order to limit the output for this bulb. And the filament that works in this bulb is about 5.2 volts and 800 milliamps or so. It might actually be up to 3 amps, but I've seen the current limited here to just about an amp at about 5 volts. So that's all the bulb can take, and the torch very cleverly is limiting the current and the voltage with this circuit board. So what we need to do is hack this and run the power straight through the switch, and we'll have to fuse that because we're eliminating the control circuitry, and just run whatever the battery voltage is, whether it's 14.4 or 18, right straight through up the torch into the demonstration tool. Okay, now through the magic of time-lapse photography, let's do another one. Here's our newly modified power supply. .0 ampere hour battery, got good juice. Turn that on. And the moment of truth. That's a beautiful thing. Well, there you go. That's what it takes to modify one of these. You can follow right along, or you can send me your cutaway grinder and a ULA torch and a small assembly fee. $466 ought to cover it. And I'll get it out to you. This one is mine. And this one is for you, Jerry. It'll go out on Monday. My compliments. Cheers.